I'm making a video a day for Dravet Syndrome Awareness Month, and I want to talk about how this condition affects siblings. I have two older children, Marley and Hazel, who are now 9 and 5. Their beautiful sister Everly, who is my warrior, is 4. One of the biggest struggles that we have had is the adjustment period. So for Hazel, she knows no different. She can't remember a time before Sissy had seizures. And in some ways, that's a little bit easier, but equally as heartbreaking. Whereas my beautiful Miss Marley, she remembers life before Dravet. She knows full well what typical can look like. She was also forced to grow up way too quickly. From the age of 5, Marley has known how to manage a life-threatening seizure. We used to do drills in our home where I would say, Everly seizing, what would you do? And they would spring into action. Marley started to resent going to the hospital. She started to resent our life, and I don't blame her. I made it a point of saying to her that we're mad at Dravet syndrome. I almost made it as if there was a 5th person in our family that she could hate and scream at, so that hopefully that didn't funnel down to Everly. Now we also have support work, which I fought really hard for, so that my other kids can experience some normalcy. But the reality is my older girls get less one-on-one time with me than what they would if Everly was typical. A lot of our plans have to get cancelled sometime depending on how Everly is health-wise, or if our support workers are unwell. Like, we can never concrete that something's absolutely going to happen. I pride myself on making sure my children do not have to carry the heavy load of caring for their sisters. I heard the term glass children very early on in our journey, and I absolutely refuse to have my children feel that way. And I know that no parent would intentionally make their child feel that way, but when we know better, we do better. Glass child is a term that children of medically complex and disabled children use for themselves because they feel like they're seen through. They feel like they aren't of the same value and they don't feel as loved. And I realised very quickly in this journey how easily my children could classify themselves as glass children, especially having such a high needs sibling. So I've made a really huge effort to turn glass children into super siblings. And I pour as much as I can into my older girls whenever I can, because I want them to be seen and validated and feel loved as well. And I know that it's not always going to be perfect, but I do the best that I can because they deserve that recognition. They hold a really heavy emotional weight, even when you try to shield them from it. Sometimes I find my girls holding big feelings, or they don't want to tell me or burden me or put more weight onto me, which I reassure them, please don't ever do that. Put all of the weight onto me. But they feel like they have to do that. They feel the pressure of having to be strong or the easy child or to just get on with things, when that shouldn't be the case at all. But sometimes it's the reality. They learn medical terminologies that most adults wouldn't even know and can stay calm in the chaos that most adults I know can't. They go through a lot, and it's just the reality of it. And if I could take it away, I would in a second, but I can't. I can, however, reassure them of how brave and wonderful and incredible they are. They are so empathetic. They are great in a crisis. They are clever and switched on. They are the most compassionate, beautiful little girls. And Marley and Hazel are chalk and cheese. They are nothing alike. Hazel is very maternal and loving and sensitive and gentle, whereas Marley is fierce and fiery and independent. She's assertive, but she loves hard. And they clash sometimes, but they also have a bond that no other siblings, unless they live this, could ever relate to. That is it for today's video. I just wanted to give a shout out to my beautiful Miss Marley and Hazel because they do absolutely wonderful things. We'll see you tomorrow.